Hello, creative souls. I am at my desk and I want to record another real-time video for you where I have absolutely no plan, just to show you that you don't necessarily have to have a plan to get started. This is a page where I have some stamp marks on from another video where I presented some art supplies that are stamps to you earlier. You can check it in my reels. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a mess. It's got some circles, got some florals, got some square bits and pieces. I have absolutely no idea what to do with it, so I will just start by adding some gesso to the page. Now, this doesn't have a brand on it, but it is from the brand Guardi. But any gesso, any brand will do perfectly fine. And so I just take some gesso and I just start adding it to the page without thinking too much. And sometimes there might be some black that kind of gets absorbed by it, so it turns gray. That's fine. Just so to bring the page together a little bit, give it some structure, a little bit of roughness to the page, some things that shine through, some that don't. I might even already add a little bit of color if I feel like it. And so some things start disappearing a little bit, and some things will stay there. This is turning out a little bit grayer than I like, but we can cover that up again afterwards. So let's see what we have here. So we added some gesso, and now I have a napkin here, and I took all the layers off the napkin, so there's only the top layer left, and I'm just gonna rip it into pieces. And then I'm going to use some gel medium. This one's from Guardi, but you can use any gel medium from any brand. Some are more thick, creamy paste, and some are more like liquidy. I like this one for these kind of things because it doesn't run anywhere. And then I just take an old brush and I basically just cover some of it and then just lay down part of the napkin. Now, this brush is not ideal because it's tearing my napkin apart, and that doesn't matter. So usually you put some gel medium underneath and some on top of it. So I'm not going to rough it here because I took the wrong brush. This one is kind of dry. And so I've added that on that side, and I want to add that on the other side as well. And I kind of don't like this gray area here, so maybe I should just add it on the napkin itself. So I'm going to cover that gray area a little bit. There we go. If you don't have some gel medium, you can also use any glue. The advantage of gel medium is that it dries up clear, and so you don't see it anymore afterwards, unless you put on a huge, thick, fat layer, like I'm doing here. I'm making a mess of it. So it'll take a while to dry, but that doesn't matter. It goes to show you as well how messy art is sometimes. I like it. It's like being 5 years old and just making a mess of things. So I'm also going to take some scraps of paper. I'm still going to use the gel medium because I have it open, and then just stick it somewhere. I don't even look what I have underneath. I just intuitively stick things there. I have this big picture here that I kind of like, but I don't know. No, I don't want to put it here. So, medium. Yeah, so the gel medium, when you apply it, it is a glue, and it kind of dries transparent, but it also can be used to cover up things like the fragile pieces of paper or napkins that you have, or if you want to cover and protect anything underneath, it kind of adds a layer on top so that whatever you use afterwards, paint or water-based something, doesn't seep into it, so it stays intact basically. So I'm using my fingers all the time. Now this napkin is really not doing what I wanted to do because I put too much glue. So I'm just gonna scrape it off and let there be what there will remain. Voila. Now I have a mess on my fingers. So let's see when that will dry. And I found this picture of this woman here, and I think I really want to use her. Now I don't know. I wanted to put her here. Maybe I'll put her here or here. Maybe I just need to. I don't know. So thinking while you're painting, but also not, or you're gluing, also not thinking too much. It should still be fun and playful and allowing you to switch off, which for me is always difficult to paint, see, there you go, to tape these lives or these real-time videos, because I kind of have to talk while I'm painting or doing things, and that is two different sides of my brain, and that doesn't always work well together. So I decided to put her slap bang in the middle. And yes, you will say, what was the point of the napkin underneath, because now it's gone? Sure, there's still a little bit left there, and some of these things will get covered up, and that's fine. Yeah, it doesn't always have to remain. Everything doesn't have to remain. I'm just going to cover the sides a little bit with gel medium. It's all part of the collage to just have fun and see where it takes you. And sometimes bits will disappear and they were still there, they were just hidden, and that doesn't matter. I'm just going to add some more gesso to kind of integrate the lady into the painting, or into my page. Let's see, so this is the same gesso as I used before. Well, now she disappears on that side. That's fine, that's fine. And so now what I want to do is I want to introduce some inks. This is let's see if you can see that. This is ink from Color and from Schminke. And this is the color olive green. And so it's kind of like, well, it's an olive green, because it goes well with the greens that I already have on my page. And I'm just gonna, for now, add a few drips and activate them with a spray bottle, and just spray that onto the page. And see, now I'm like, oh, that's great, but it needs a drop here and it needs a drop here. So there. And I love how that kind of creates these spider webby kind of drippy things. And now it turns into a very green landscape with a woman. And I find it a bit too green. So I want to add another ink color, and this is from the brand Amsterdam, and it's called Reflex Rose. I hope there's some left in there. If not, I have some more. Let's see. I think it dried up, more or less. Oh no, there's still some there. So, and here I don't want to do the same thing, so I will just take some of it out and put it on the page and kind of rub it around a bit. Oh, there's still some gesso there, so it kind of like gets into a sort of pastelish color, which I like. Pour some out there. Ooh, I love that color. It's so juicy. And see, I might just make some marks. Keep it like that. Maybe add some of it here. And here, and some here. And some here. Still doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, we're not trying to get to an end result. We're just playing, and it already looks kind of nice. It could already be called finished, but for me, it still lacks something, or maybe a lot of things. And maybe I want to add. What do I want to add? I need to kind of wait until this is a bit dried, otherwise it will just disappear or be blown away if I use a blow dryer. I want to add some writing, and how I do that usually is by just writing so that people can't really read what I wrote, and I don't even know what to write, but let's see. Today's a gray day. No sunshine. But the birds are still singing. So that's what that says. And if I do that here, then I do want to add it like over here as well. Let's see. I have so much fun playing in my art journal. Now, you can't read that, and that's the whole point. It's just kind of like free writing, and you see how that makes the eye connect these two things, like the green parts, the eye kind of travels around like this across the green parts. Then there's the focal point. Now this is also kind of a focal point, so I do want to tone that one down a bit so that the woman is really the focal point. And if you have two big parts here on your painting, you just reduce the size of the other one, and I just add a little bit of gesso here. So I just want to keep the flower, and so yeah, I'll add a little bit of green because the gesso kind of bleeds into the green here. And slowly start, and if it's too connecting things, and if it's too rough, like the edges, then let's just use your fingers. Here. See how that big part now disappeared, and now she's really much more the focal point. And so I'm just playing, and sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I didn't want to do that. And it doesn't matter. It's all play, and we all we all learn from these things. So next time I'm like, okay, shouldn't have done that. Now I know. And I'm just kind of bringing things a bit around with my brush. Now I'm like, there's dots here, there's dots there, but I kind of feel like there's something missing here. Oh, put it in the wrong tub. So I'm going to take out my ink again and just oops, there we go. And maybe that's enough, and I want to let that dry, but I do want to add one more thing, and that is, if I can find it, I need to clear my desk. Here it is. The Stabilo Aquarellable crayon. Stabilo All. I think they're full of paint. Aquarellable, so it's like a pencil, but it activates with watercolor. Now, if this were in the video where I was talking to you guys and all that, I would let this dry, because this really works best on a dry surface. But I'm sure I can find, let's see, I'm gonna get up so that I can view it from, sometimes when you're working like this, it's better to get up and get some perspective from up here. So I'll stand up and I'll be like, oh, okay, this is where it needs adding. What am I seeing? I'm kind of seeing this, so I kind of want to go and connect this around here. See how that already makes, and then maybe end here like this. And kind of want to do the same here and follow her, but then I'm going to go down here like that. Could leave it like that, or use a little tiny brush with water and kind of activate that aquarellable pencil. See how that color either just by touching it lightly becomes more visible, or you can actually pull the color. Now here it doesn't work because it has more green in it. You can pull that color and make that line a little bit thicker, so it really creates this contrast. I'm going to do the same on the other side, but here I'm going to pull it this way. Pull it here with some water. And it might not be a huge difference, but sometimes things are in the detail, and that's where that is at now. Yeah, this still activates already with things that are still on there, but that's okay. I don't mind. There are no mistakes in art. So that kind of like that, but still something missing around here, because this is busy. There's maybe something missing here, so I would like to add a little bit maybe of black marks here. There's something missing here. It's too neutral a space, so I might make another mark here. This is fine. I might add a little bit of dots here. Let's do that. Let's add some dots. You know, just some dots here. And here. Oh, it was like things in threes. So there. That kind of fills that area up. Down here, I don't know. So we had this stamp here. Maybe I want to. There are these shapes of that stamp, and maybe that is something I want to use, but enhance it like this. So this was from the stamp from before that I used to make another video. I'm just gonna do that. Now this is in the way. I'm gonna take that out and kind kind of make a circle with those shapes. Now, does that look good? Yeah, that looks nice. I'm just going to leave that for now. And maybe just do some dots down here. Some bigger dots than I expected. There you go. So these look a bit different. They're thicker than those up here. And yeah, so this kind of now talks to this one because this stamp was much more visible, and now this is just a drawing kind of that stamp. And I might still add a little bit of things left and right. I might draw on the lady and create a little bit of something on her dress. I don't know, but for now, I think for this video, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, I will try to link all the materials for this that I used. And if you have any questions or get stuck by trying to do the same thing, just send me a message or ask a question underneath. Thanks. Happy creating.